Howdy and welcome back to episode 3 of the Road to 2200, baby. We've won our last two games. It's been a minute since I've played, but hopefully we can win another one. You know, this is a series where I explain my move by move. He makes a move, they make a move, I explain their move. That's what we do here. And now I wait for a game, so we're going to do another edit. All right, so we have Darth Noah. He is rated 2004. I'm going to play a Queen's Pawn opening, preferably a Queen's Gambit. I know this one very well. Immediately attacking the center. I'm going to develop my knight. If he develops his knight, I'm going to develop my bishop out this way and just play completely classical Queen's Gambit declined. Oh, man. How was your day going today? Mine? Pretty eventful. My streams are doing well. Happy with that. Probably one of the best weeks I've had in terms of like average viewership, you know, and follows for that matter. I actually beat a 2400 live on stream, which was sick. Now I believe I just developed the pawn. I could also bring out my knight. Both work. Both are totally fine. I could actually exchange here if I really wanted to. But I think I will just develop my knight. I'm delaying developing my bishop just a little bit in case he takes. Because if I were to develop my bishop and then he takes, I have to move my bishop once more. So I'm going to delay that capture as much as possible. If he attacks, I'm just going to drop back. I might actually just go ahead and bite the bullet and take. Pretty much just try to get castled and then play on the queen side. Or maybe even play like h4 and start an attack. But first, I need to get my pieces developed. Okay, so that's a very interesting move. I think what I'm going to do is I'm immediately going to take. He's going to take, and then I will take. That way, like, he doesn't really have... Like, because his bishop wants to come out here. And if I can blockade and make sure this pawn can't move, that would be great. And I'm avoiding... take, because then he can take with a knight. I kind of want to avoid doing that, so I want to take first and then kind of force him to recapture with the pawn. And then I will develop my bishop to its most natural square, putting pressure over here. And I think I'm going to castle next move. Now he could always play moves like c5. I can also bring my knight to the center if I really wanted to. But I like the developments of what we have here. Because I know that his bishop wants to come out here. Okay. This would be a wasted move if he ends up just bringing his bishop here. Yeah. So now he's wanting to play a move like this. I could kind of immediately respond with b4. But what I can do is also just develop my queen with an immediate threat on this pawn and then castle. And then if he proceeds to play this... I could put an immediate threat and then actually try to play b4. I kind of like b4. Like, he doesn't really want to develop like this. And if it goes where he still plays it, he can't really do that. I could also... How do I want to do this? Because this also kind of prevents this from happening, as I could move the knight and then have an immediate attack on the pawn and then reroute it over here. So I do think queen to c2 is... the better move. Just putting an immediate threat on the pawn over here. Okay. Fair move. Now what I could do is I could actually play really exciting and make a move like h4 and kind of just immediately start an attack, even though my king is in the center. I actually kind of really like h4 and kind of just delay my castling as much as possible. I am going to play h4 and try to play h5. Kind of leave my rook on the h file to have an attack here, and I can always castle long if I need it. Now, the best way to respond with a threat on the outside is to attack in the center. So I do reasonably think that he should play c5 here. Developing the knight, I feel, is a little bit too slow, as I am just going to immediately play for h5. He could push again, but not really. So overall, I do like my position. I like h4 a lot. I kind of have to be a little bit hesitant because if he plays for c5, I can't immediately push as he can kind of attack my bishop, which I suppose I could drop back and then still have my threats here, you know? And he does play c5. Now, I could take, but I kind of am worried about opening up the center with my king still here. If he pushes, I think I would still just be fine, as I can just drop my bishop back here. And actually, him closing the center is kind of good for me. Him taking, I feel like I can just take with either. Probably the knight would be more accurate, and then I try to castle long. I think that's what I'll do. But I do want to keep my attack going with... Let me think about this. I have 30 minutes, you know? I can actually just sit back and think. Think for a second, you know? What do I want to do here? So I could put my knight in the center. I could take on c5, which then he could trade his bishop, but I don't think that's really the best. I could push my pawn one more now that I see that, like, it's kind of weak. And then I have some sacrifices if I really wanted to. I kind of have a lot of sacrifices, actually, that I kind of really like. Like, if he were to push, which I just think pushing is a bad move. Honestly, I am convincing myself that this is the best. I think I would recapture with a knight. If I recapture with a knight, you know, there's ways I can jump in, but I kind of do want to have this ability. So, I do kind of want to play the immediate h5 and just not respond to the threat in the center. Kind of not open it up, keep it as locked as I can. So I will play for h5. I think it's fine. I don't think pushing or taking is really the best. He could take. I think I would take with a knight, and then he would be left with an isolated pawn. If he were to slide his rook over, then I would castle long, and that would put an immediate rook behind. And I think that would be good. But now I am threatening some tactics. Like take, if he were to take with either pawn, I might have a sacrifice. Take, he blocks. And then I can even play like rook here. I don't know. Maybe I don't think I'll have the sacrifice right away. But it will definitely be brewing. For the most part, at least. Oh, man. Dude, because I stream in the mornings. I wake up at 4:45. For those of y'all who don't know me, 4:30 a.m. Stream from about 5:30 to 8 most days, sometimes 9 if it's like a Tuesday or Thursday because I just have more times. Then I go to my college classes. I'm finishing off my last semester of university. Hell yeah. And today I went to my 2 classes and then I went and played basketball after I came home and ate some pasta that I made. Okay. So him putting his queen here, I think I do just immediately want to castle. Just get my king out of the center now. I feel like this is a waste of a move because he's threatening this. It's kind of a dull plan. I might even already have takes. Oh, man. I don't know. I do think castling long is the best move here. I shouldn't really think about it too much. Yeah. If he pushes, that's honestly kind of good for me. That's me coping. I'm pretty sure it would be okay. I wouldn't have any immediate sacrifices, but I could bring my other pawn and start pushing this way. I can also capture at any time. And then maybe even slide my queen over, throw my knight in the center, or over here as well, depending on, like, of course, what moves he make. I can also double my rooks, you know. But I'm happy with the long castle. And then the fact that my pawn is already so far up the board makes me kind of giddy, almost, with excitement and joy and happiness. I do kind of want to slide my king. I do kind of want to slide my king over as quickly as I can. But if there are immediate threats that I can make, I'm going to go for them. If he takes here, I think... Would I take with the pawn? I think I would take with the pawn. Because I could take with a knight, but then he could trade, and, you know... Then we have both isolated pawns. But then my attack would start to really brew. But I want to have access to my knight jumping in, you know? I can also always rotate this knight, you know, and join the attack. But overall, I like my position. I like what's going down, you know? In 13 moves, I think I do have an advantage, just purely because I got this pawn so far up the board. That's a crazy move. I understand he's trying to go here, but I just don't think he has really the time for it. I could just play here if I really wanted to. Just immediately shut anything down. I can also take. And then if he were to go here, I can actually probably take again with check. He has to respond, and then I might have some bishop captures with my rooks coming in. So like even if he gets this, I don't think it's that great. I do think just capturing here is totally fine. Of course, takes, you know. And then I would probably play this. I do think taking is the best move. Then I might even have some sacrifices with my rooks. Okay, I have some time to think. Like, this is his immediate threat. This is really all that does. It also kind of, you know, if he wants to do that. This comes with an immediate... He probably would take like this. His queen now kind of defends that square. I could always push, but I don't really like locking the position like that. I could also always take the knight if I really wanted to. I can also develop my knight out like this and then maybe have some threats. I do think taking is correct, though. He can't play this right away because I have too many attacks, too many threats that he has to deal with. I think I would take this way, actually, just because, you know, it's better for me. Okay. Now I probably could start bringing my queen, because you can't really checkmate an opponent without a queen. I also see that his light squares are weaker. I might even have something like this immediately attacking his queen. I'm not sure if that really does anything. I don't know if that accomplishes much. I might have some ideas like takes, and then take and win a pawn. You know, take, and then I take here. But I'm not sure if that gives him like too much activity. Okay. I kind of do like that, though. I just have to be cautious about his rooks activating. And his knight is a little bit dangerous. And my bishop is kind of the leader of the attack. I might just play here and just kind of react accordingly. Okay, hold on. I could also play for this, but I don't really think that does much. I like this idea, but it gets hit here. I like knight to b5, but his knight would then jump in, and I don't think I have any, like, real threats. Like, I'm threatening forks, of course, and he has to address that, and also my knight out, but I don't want my bishop to get traded. I could also go here and try to add to the attack, but I think I kind of will just make this move. Yeah, this is a slow move, but personally, I mean, I have a light square bishop. Might as well put all my pawns on dark squares to kind of strengthen it. I mean, personally, I think I'm okay. I'm going to move my camera actually closer to the front. Whoa. Hi. How's it going? You feeling good? You feeling okay? Feeling great? I still don't think he can push. I feel like closing the position really only benefits me. And he drops his knight back. Huh. Well, now I kind of want to go here. You know? I could also just, like, slide both of my rooks over and put more pressure over here. I could play a move like this and bring my queen. I could also bring my queen just right away. I feel like this is a bad move. He's not doing anything. I could push my other pawn, but I don't really see what I get from it. I kind of like sliding my queen over, maybe to start something. I also like this immediate threat because I can take, and then I would have something like this. I can also like slowly develop and get my other rook into the game. I think this would be fine. I don't think he has any immediate like threats. Yeah. I think this will be okay. And I want to bring my other rook and then just kind of put all the pressure down this file. I do eventually want to make a move like this. And you can't really move this pawn because I'm always threatening to capture, you know? Yeah, him moving his knights like this, I feel like is just kind of a waste of time. It gives me more time to actually like slowly develop my attack. I think, you know, I could just be wrong about this, but I feel like the ideas are there and I like my cannon, you know? I feel like my cannon is good. You know, bring my other rook and then I have double cannon. Yes. Mega cannon. Bring my knight. Yes, sacrifices. They're so amazing when they happen. Okay. I'm not even sure if this immediate sacrifice works. Like, I should probably get my other knight over first. But I have to be very cautious about this happening. You know? There's... What am I talking about? There's like 4 pieces in the way. I don't think that is even in the realm of possibility. I'm just being a goober there. Now I'm just waiting for him to move, honestly. But, yeah, just going to bring my other rook. And then maybe even slide my queen over. That's generally my ideas. I don't need to move any more pawns. If he captures, I'll probably take back with my pawn, I think. And he does that. Okay. That's actually honestly totally fine with me. I can drop my bishop back. I don't believe I have any sacrifices, but him locking down the position, I'm actually totally chill with. I will drop my bishop back. And now it's really difficult for him to kind of break through. He has this, I suppose, but like there's not really any infiltrations coming. And my knight is playing good defense. And now I just want to rotate over here. Him actually closing the position kind of helps me out. Yeah, and he just continues to push. I'm just going to double my rooks and put an immediate threat on that pawn. Okay. I think that's totally fine. He doesn't have any immediate threats. Like, this is good. Okay. And now I'm actually just threatening to take the pawn. I mean, defends with the rook. Now I kind of want to go for moves like this. Trying to attack. I don't like that my knight is low-key a little bit stuck. I do think knight out is totally viable. I can also start pushing my pawn. But I think knight out trying to set up this sacrifice kind of right away is kind of the move. I could also immediately go here. But I do think that knight out, and if he takes, that's okay with me. Because that removes the defender from his position. My bishop gets a little bit more active. I can even like bring it to f3 and then slide my knight to e2 and reroute it. So I think this is okay. I'm very comfortable here. No, yeah, any captures, I will recapture. Nice, okay. And now I kind of want to route my bishop here and rotate my knight. And just kind of bring more attackers. I could also start pushing this pawn, but I have to be a little bit cautious here. All right. I really do like my position. All my pawns are in dark squares. My bishop has movement. His bishop is just completely locked out. Like that trade in the beginning completely shut down his bishop for the rest of the game. His knight, what is his knight doing? This is doing nothing. I'll tell you that much. I don't have any immediate sacrifices. I kind of wish I did. That's very interesting. Um, I think I will just kind of do the slow developing because he doesn't really have any moves. Bring my bishop out and then rotate my knight. I feel like that's the best course of action. Are there anything else I can do? Are there anything else? I feel like this is totally fine. Then bring my knight. Okay. I would like to get my queen closer to the attack. But I don't necessarily know how I do that. So he just develops. I'm going to bring my rook now. Or what am I talking? I'm going to bring my knight. Get my knight to a more solid square. And then kind of continue some attacks, actually. Yeah. I want to go here. And then I think I do actually have some sacrifice ideas. Like I could take, if he takes with the pawn, no. That's bad for him. Because he loses his queen. And if I take, he takes with this queen. Actually, don't know. Okay. All right. How do I want to play this? Okay. So that limits this. If I really wanted to, I could just immediately attack the knight again. And then bring it up. Because take. I could take with the rook, but I don't really... That just allows him to trade too much. I could also always go here if I wanted to. I might play this just to try and remove the knight immediately. Because if I can capture and then bring my queen, then bring my knight in, I'm very happy. So I will play this. I probably should have put my bishop here originally, just like in hindsight. But I think it's okay. Immediately attack his knight. I'm threatening to capture and then bring my knight out with tempo. And then I have my sacrifice ideas. Again, his knight really does, like his knight could come here, I guess. But I still would bring my knight forward. And he could place it here. I would just immediately block it, I think. And he doesn't have any further movement. Of course, there's always ideas that he can do, but I think generally I'm okay. Now we could play something like this. You know? And like take, bring my knight out. He plays like here. I don't really like that too much. Could also totally just start chucking my pawns forward, but also move my king out to safety. He plays that, really. So I'm thinking just take. And then if he takes, I can play this with tempo. Are there any ways that I can exploit that? His rook's undefended. I don't believe I have any like immediate tricks other than take and then develop my knight with tempo. And I could probably start bringing my queen. I don't really know what to do here. I could also kind of just continue, like play it very slowly. And I might honestly do that. My bishop isn't really doing much at this point in time. Take, and then develop my knight. I got to be cautious about this, though. I might play this? I don't know. I really don't know. Oh, man. Because a tempo, it only does so much. And he just has to keep his rook here. And then I guess I'll slowly start bringing and attacking this pawn. Okay. I've been convinced. Enough, at least. And then I'll bring out my knight. And I feel like this is a case of bad bishop, good knight, I think. Maybe. I don't know. My opponent defended very well. I'll give him that much. Like, I could not find anything. That's very interesting. Huh. Now, I do wish I had some immediate tactics. Because I know he's looking at queen here. I can't take right away. I don't really want to trade. I might even slide over and try to bring my queen that way. Maybe play a move like this. I think I will develop my knight with a tempo. If he comes here, I'll slide my queen. That's probably fine. I do have to be very cautious about this happening. But at the same time, he drops back. Really. Now, this is a threat. Maybe bring my knight forward wasn't the best. I don't believe I have any immediate tactics or anything like that. I'm just kind of at a standstill. He's threatening to push now, and I don't have anything because taking doesn't do much. This threat doesn't work anymore. I could always kind of try to reroute my knight like this. Problem is he could push. And then my rook would low-key actually just be lost, I think. Be pretty damn close to lost. So I might need to drop my rook back even. Okay. I'm seeing if I have any tricks, but it doesn't appear that I do. So I might drop my rook literally all the way back. Which, man, but I don't like that. I could also come here. I kind of like this a lot better. Yeah, because if he pushes, then I can take his rook. I like this move a lot better. It's oftentimes better to go forward than it is to go backwards, and I think this is one of them. No, I don't have any tactics yet, which kind of is unfortunate. I thought I would have something by now, but I'm always looking for forks or just ideas in general. But I might play like this and really go after this pawn. I could even start, building up in the center, but I don't really think anything good comes of that. I also need to get my king over. And I need to get my queen involved, honestly. So my next move might be queen to e4. Queen to e2, sorry. Yeah, he can't push because then I'll take. And I'm very happy with that. We'll have some checks. That's crazy. Yeah, that's a crazy move. I can't even, knock it. That's kind of wild. Is there anything stupid I can do? I can play here. And then go like this and go after the pawns on this side. Since over here it's very frozen. I know it's low-key kind of scary bringing my king so close. But I do think that this could be good. I think I will do this. I do have to be very cautious about a take. I will take back. He can give a check. I can slide over. And I think I'm fine. Then I'm threatening to take. He can't really push or do anything like that. I'm also threatening to take there because the rook is blocking the bishop. I also have to be cautious about that because, you know, bad things can happen with some discoveries. He slides his rook over. Really? Okay. Now I'm always looking at this, you know? I'm always looking at knight to h5. I could totally just push and play like, play g4, g5. I'm trying to see if I have any ways that I can get to the back of his position. I kind of want to keep my queen monitoring now. I don't want to ever really open this up, even though I do get a passed pawn. I could push up, go after this pawn. I think that would be actually totally fine. Now, he can take. I kind of do have to be cautious about that. In all honesty, I might push this pawn. Just so there are no threats there. He could play this, but then I can go here. Plays like here. It can get very dicey. I think actually I would take here. Yeah. If he pushes the pawn, I can take his rook. He takes back, and then I have this fork. I really like that. I'm really hoping he plays this, thinking he just has an easy tactic. And I can capture. That'd be huge. That would be lovely. A great way to finish this one. I really wish there were tactics here. That's fine. Yeah, my plan was to take with my queen. I'm threatening to take here. Okay. All good stuff. All good stuff. Of course, this is me hypothesizing, but I'm feeling okay. Especially because I'm pretty sure I'm going to go up a pawn here. Now, I am low-key terrified. My internet is on 1 bar. That's scary. If it cuts out, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be so real. I'll be, hey, it's back at 4. Hip, hip. I was quaking there for a second. I was worried. Yeah, no, he played excellent defense. I really couldn't find an attack, but now I think I might pick up a few pawns just because this side of these pawns are very weak. Like, there's no real way to defend all 3 of them. And the way I'm keeping all of his pieces tied over there is great. So it gives a check. I was just going to slide over. I wonder if he could come here. You know? And try to trade off the queens immediately. If he does that, I actually have this. And that is such a cool move. Because I can take. He will take back with either pawn. Oh, but my rook might get hit in that line. I think it's okay. I will move my king. I will say I do have to be cautious. I don't think if he pushes this, I cannot take this pawn. That would be losing, and I would resign. But I probably have this. I probably have takes. Yeah. So like if he were to push, I can take here. I can take on d5. If he takes with the bishop, I take with my queen. He's in check. Good. That's chill. Threatening to win. I'm not really threatening to win that pawn, but I would go up a pawn, you know. And he does try to go for this. Okay. What sucks is that my original plan no longer works because this comes with check. I should have moved my king here. Yeah. Huh. I wonder if I have any like stupid ideas to where I don't take his queen. Like, if I were to just get my queen off the back rank, you know, or get my rook off the back rank, and then he takes, I take, his bishop's still stuck, and then I will have this idea. I think that's fine. Yeah. After this exchange, I quite literally have all of my pawns on dark squares to counter his light square bishop, and this pawn is moving nowhere, man. I'm avoiding to take. I'm avoiding this capture right now. And I'm still like kind of re-looking at this move because he takes with check, I take back, he takes, and I'm up in exchange, right? He goes there. Really? That does get out of the pin. It's very true. Do I have anything crazy? I could just go take, move my king. I don't know if I necessarily like that. I don't really have access to this move anymore because now just take, and I don't have anything. I don't have any ideas here. I'm thinking about just capturing and then bringing my king up. You know, just play like this. But I don't know if that's really that great. All of my pawns are in dark squares. He does not have any attacks. His bishop won't be stuck after that. I don't think I really want to take. But I'm not sure what the hell else I do. I'm like kind of out of moves a little bit. I can always drop my knight back. But then he's threatening to take. Okay. I need to come up with a plan soon enough. I really wish I put my queen on b1. I really do wish I put my king on b1. Because then I would have all of those tactics. But I goofed. Like, trading here gives him a pass. It would give me a pass pawn, technically, and I could start pushing it. If he were to try to open up his bishop. I think I am going to take. And, of course, if he ever pushes, I'm going to take. But now he has to decide what pawn he wants to capture with. Maybe taking with the queen was bad. Because he is immediately going to be able to get counterplay. Yeah, yikes. That is way more counterplay than I'm comfortable with. Oh, man. How do I even... Am I cooked? I don't have this. I don't have this. What if I push? Ah. Yeah, if I come forward, I don't have it. Oh, I totally misplayed this. Because this rook coming in is dangerous, man. Huh. I actually low-key would just slide over. Go this way. I might even make a move like this. I feel like that's... I'm overthinking now. In case that weren't obvious. I just need to make a move. I'm running low on time. I don't think this is a good move by any means. But he can give a check. I was thinking I would just slide over And he really doesn't have anything here. Like, he can't really infiltrate. I mean, he kind of can. With this. And then bring his piece here. But, I mean, I have ideas. But I should have kept my pawn here, probably. Just to provide defense here. Really. Okay. I can also go here. I don't think that really does anything. So I was going to take originally, but take. And I'm actually just straight up losing a pawn, which is kind of stupid. But I would gain a pawn back, and then I would have threats. And he doesn't really have any checks. I think I will do that. Oh, I can't come out here. I don't know why I thought I could do that. God, okay, I guess I drop back. At least I'll have a capture. Sorry. My bad. My throat just completely closed up. Oh, that is not a pleasant feeling at all. Oh my goodness. Hello. Hi, I have smoker lung now. I do not smoke. I do not condone it. Even though I have in the past, I do not anymore. But this is probably headed towards a draw. Dude, literally, like, if I moved my king to b1 in that one moment, I would have been winning, but I moved it to b2 because I would have had that tactic, and that wouldn't have come, the take wouldn't have come with check. Absolutely tragic. Okay, well, that's not good at all. I just need to play here and then figure it out. Prevent that pawn from coming forward. I don't really have any way through with my king. But I definitely can't lose my bishop or lose my piece. Now, I have like... I need to start bringing my king. I'm hoping he just blunders. That would be beautiful. That would be the best thing. This would be a Christmas gift. I literally have no way forward with my king. Travesty. Now, like, I have some ideas. Take, he takes, and then I take this pawn. And then I have, you know, my pawn pushing, but, like, I can't really do that. I don't want to open up the position at all. He kind of has to make the move. Goodness. Now, I always have this. Takes. You know, I have two pawns here now. I think I just have this immediately, actually. He can't take, and I'm threatening to capture. I can push. That might actually genuinely just be losing for him. Definitely a good chance. If he goes here, I might even... I don't know if I would close it. Because I could take... His rook would come here. Regardless, I might have a chance here. I just do need to pick up the speed just a little bit. This endgame is definitely a lot more intense. And I got my pieces all intertwined and tangled. Not a fan. I'm hoping he tries to come over here. Damn. Now I can push and give myself a pass pawn. I do kind of really like that. Push, give myself a pass pawn. But, like, I'm going to run out of moves. I could just shuffle. I could also take. But that doesn't really seem the best. Protected pass pawn kind of seems nice. And that way he really can't get anything forward, nor can he really bring his king, and I think we'd be at a standstill. Ah, he might have some ideas. Ooh. Ooh, he could sack the bishop. Okay. Yeah, and he just comes back. Now, I could always go here. Him take. But then he can take with check. Man, I wish I need to make a move. I don't have time. I don't really have time to think. I could take and try to push, you know? I think that would be okay. Loki, that's not a good move. He's going to take and then he's going to get his bishop in. But like I should have just waited. Drop my rook back. I don't know what I'm doing, man. Yeah, he just takes and I don't have anything. Oh, what am I talking about? His bishop literally can't get here. Huh. Now I'm thinking this. Then I could take. Oh, how much I wish I had something like that. He can give me a check and get out of it. I'm going to push. I'm terrified right now. I don't think I have anything. He low-key could just start pushing the pawn. I definitely messed this up. It's okay. We live and we learn. We have to lose a game every now and then, you know? Yeah. I could have something. He could take with check. Then I come forward. His king actually can't come forward. Takes with check. I come up. I'm low-key gambling. Gambling hard right now. But like if he tries to push, I can take, and then this check low-key is kind of devious as hell. You know? But this is definitely a gamble. Hardcore gamble. And I do need to play significantly faster. He takes with check. I was going to come up. I can't spend time thinking here. I'll probably bring my rook over next thing. Okay. His king still can't come forward. And if he takes, I can push. And then he has no way of stopping my pawn, actually. Which is crazy. That'd be crazy if I pulled that off. But my pawn is very dangerous. Granted, his is 2 squares away from queening, but mine actually has a stopper. Okay. If he drops back, I will attack. But then he can Loki just attack my knight. I don't know. I also have, exchanges over here, which could be nice. Yeah, that's what I thought. No, I can take. Takes with either piece. I can take here and push. I need to make a move. I would push again, but then he can slide his rook over, and I don't like that. I can go here. I could take. No. I could go out like this. I need to make a move. I am going to do this. Can't put me in check. If I come here, then I can play. Now I can come forward. Oh my god, I don't know why that scared me. I just need to move, make moves. Oh fuck. He is check. I can't come here. That's checkmate. But he does that. Oh, my knight's it. I don't have moves. Yeah. I don't have anything. I definitely didn't need to sack my knight there, but I genuinely didn't see how I would do anything else. There's some opportunity, but I don't think I'm gonna find it. This is no longer mate. This is very unfortunate. Yeah. Damn, man. I didn't need to sack my knight, but I didn't know what else I had. Shit. I just blundered. Yeah, if he takes, I'll resign. That's okay. He doesn't take. Bless the gods. Because now I have some moves. Oh, but I don't see anything. Son of a bitch. I'm just going to keep on posing threats. But yeah, this game is most definitely lost. Shit. At least I could take with check, maybe. He's getting the promotion off. I don't have anything. Huh, wow. Yeah, okay. Well, that's just GG's. I can always try to stalemate. I've done it before. I can do it again. Yeah. GG's. Unfortunate as hell. Is he not gonna... he's gonna do the knight opposition bullshit. Okay. I mean, not bullshit. He knows what he's doing. He could totally stalemate me, though. Nah, he's not going to. Yeah, it's mating. He got it. Damn. Okay. God, there were so many opportunities there. My position was so good, man. That's tragic. I know I was winning, too. This might be damn near the worst game I've ever played in my life. Oh my god. Sorry, ignore the me if I were. Look at this. What do you mean I had 9 mistakes, 7 misses? He had 12 misses. I was never winning. What the hell? What are you talking about? I had 7 misses? Oh my god. Oh, wrong one. Okay. See, I like the way I played it. Yeah. I'm very happy. Nope. So, I saw that I could win a pawn, or if I went take, I did just have capture. I just straight up was winning a pawn there with tempo on the bishop and also threatening this. I did just straight up have this, but I chose not to do it. I saw it too. I analyzed it. But yeah, and then that was just a mistake. I couldn't. What did I need to do here? I need to play bishop b5. I looked at this move. Couldn't really find a reason for it. Misses galore. I need to play rook h6 now, which is... Telling my rooks was the right idea. Bring my knight to the edge of the board was wrong. Right now, I need to play g4. But I couldn't... I didn't know what bringing my pawns really would do. I guess it would push the bishop back, and then I could develop my knight. But even so, you could drop back. I don't know. That was okay. Like I said, it was probably better to go bishop. No, bishop f3 is the top move. e4 is crazy. It wants me to play e4 here. Okay, really. It did want me to play e4. I completely misread this position. You're about to see Stockfish have an aneurysm. Now I had queen to d2. Queen to d2. What do you mean queen to d2? So I can come here? Is that it? What is the idea of this move? I was wrong. Taking was fine. Apparently that was wrong. Wow, dude, queen to d2? I don't understand it. Or queen to c3. Also don't really understand it. I think it did want me to come out this way and put pressure on the queen side. And then here I had... Oh, I could have played knight to h5 here. Oh my god, the rook is completely stuck. Oh, I missed it. I missed it. Yeah. That was wrong as well. Yeah, here. It wants king to d2. Okay, what? I don't. What about king to b1? How is this bad? Still play c4, but what about my tactic that I had the idea for? And then d takes, and then I thought I had this. Does this just not work? My rook is hanging. Yeah, okay. Dude, I could not figure out this position. It wanted knight to d3, which I like. I mean, I looked at it briefly. I should have given it more consideration. Now that I think about it, yeah, I should have given it more consideration. Oh my goodness. And then yeah, I couldn't figure out what to do here. This was a miss. What else did I have? Yeah, I rooked to h1. Dude, this analysis is insane. It wanted me to just take and then said that this is a draw. And then rook here. And then I go bishop b2. That's the moment. But I couldn't see that. Oh, and then yeah, this was just a blunder. I panicked. I didn't know like any obvious moves. I could have just shuffled my rook back and forth. Then he went here. And I didn't play rook to b2. I needed to play it here. Yeah. And we were fine. This would have been a draw. This is this a draw? No, it's -5. Yeah, I had nothing. Damn, man. Okay, well, GG's. This is rough. We end on a loss. Okay. Bye-bye. Have a good one.